Okay, so I've been texting Vicky. We'll just call her Vicky, so I don't keep saying yoga instructor. Um, I text Vicky and I let her know what was going on. Um, she said yes. It's completely natural. It's a spiritual purge. Um, so I mean, it's wacky. It's wacky because compared to my belief system before, that's why it's wacky. The belief system I had before, I was always told that we do those things either because someone else loves you or because you love someone else. But with this belief system that I'm incorporating now, the love is there. It's just there, regardless. It's just a way of functioning. It's a way of operating. It's an operating system built on love. Okay? It's easy to understand. Um, Things I've been questioning is, we discipline our children, but we're fucking wrecks. So how the fuck are we going to sit here and discipline, especially when it comes to like corporal punishment, like putting your hands on your child or grounding them for weeks at a time or things of that nature, you know? Think about it. You're supposed to guide through love, based upon love, your children. Okay? Fast forward, now your child's grown up out of the house, and look at yourself, how fucked up you still are. So, you raised a child and put your hands on that child and restricted that child and guided that child with an iron rod. You can't teach a child anything that you are not doing. Your child will follow your footsteps for the most part, or they'll just completely detest and hate you and, try to do everything complete 100% opposite of you. Which hopefully that's what my kids do with drinking, which it seems that they are doing so far. So, but that's just a habit, like any other fucking habit, like sugar, carbohydrates, sex, drugs, eating at the goddamn fast food restaurant, turning on your TV, going through TikTok. It's all just a dopamine hit, you know. But of course, addiction goes down further because you get all that trauma and pain. Oh man, what a fucking mess. What a fucking mess, man. It's coming unraveled. I'm unraveling it. So she couldn't believe it. I didn't tell her that I was in a fast, okay? So first of all, I texted her and I just told her that I was feeling so bad. I mean, wrecked. So she sends me back 3 voicemail messages and is just like, oh yes, this is normal. If you have a lot of trauma, a lot of toxic, this is normal. It's don't worry, everything's okay. It's just your body trying to purge, trying to cleanse right now. Well, I sent her a text back and I said, oh, okay, well, that's good to know. I had a feeling, um, that's what it was. That's exactly what it felt like. It felt like my body was purging because I sat in front of that goddamn toilet, dude, and it wanted to come out or up. It didn't give a fuck, but it wouldn't come either way. I couldn't get it to come out either way, so I was just tortured. So I was like, please come out, any way you can. So my pores opened up. Like my pores literally opened up on my whole upper body. I don't know about my lower body. It was such a fucking mess. But my whole upper body, I felt all of my pores open, and just I felt something releasing out of my fucking body. It was it was crazy. I could feel something coming out of my pores. So, but yeah, so she was like, so I texted her back after she voice texted me, and I said, oh, that's good to know. That's what I thought it was. That's exactly what it felt like, was a purge. Plus, I said, plus, I'm glad I didn't eat anything. I'm glad I'm 2 days into my fast, because, so that way, oh, God, I couldn't imagine. If I had food in my belly, it would have, it would have been gone. So she voice texted me back, and she goes, "Oh my God, I did not know that you were in a fast." She goes, "Yes, that makes all the difference in the world. Your system was completely cleaned out and clear, so it's going to have a much, of course, the effect is going to." She said that explains a lot. I guess there were things that she was noticing that weren't making sense to her when she was here. So, everything falls into place. Which is awesome. Again, this all comes, it's all stems from lying. We lie to ourselves. You can't love anybody else until you love yourself first. You can't fix anybody else until you fix yourself first. You can't, your words fall upon deaf ears. You're beating your head against the wall. Of how many more analogies can I make? You can't put you can't put new wine in old wineskins. I mean, you just keep on going on and on and on with the analogies. It's absolutely amazing. And one of the cool things about changing my belief system like this is going with gut instinct and intuition is just, it's so powerful, man. It's such a relief knowing that I'm not pushing as much, and knowing that I'm breaking that, because that shit was breaking me, man. That shit was breaking me in half. Bad. Bad. And what Vicky was saying in her voicemail to me, she's like, because you're changing your beliefs, and because you're changing and you want such a drastic change, and it's coming from, a system set up since childhood, since a young age, it's a huge breakdown. And the more those barriers and belief systems are there and have to break down, the sicker you're going to get, because you're cleaning, you're purging, you're building yourself back up. So you're getting rid of the old. So yeah, all this makes sense to me, over the years and years. And the only reason is because of the years and years and years and years I've spent studying and feeling my heart tell me over my head, and then watching in real life as what my heart told me was right compared to what my fucking head was telling me. So I'm moving out of that whole fucking head game and getting realigned with spirit and how I'm supposed to be, how we were meant to live. We break our children down, guys, and that's how it is easy for me to understand. I can look at my kids and I can see how you raise a kid, and then I can think, not think in depth, but think how my mom raised me, and then see how those systems were so easily ingrained as a child whenever trauma was brought on. Could you think about it? Think about how much we yell and scream and snap at our kids over the stupidest, dumbest shit. That is trauma. That creates trauma for a child. They shouldn't be around that. They shouldn't be around that. Now, I come from a belief system where, I believed it was right, and it was your duty to spank your child and smack your child if they were misbehaving. However, my new belief system is We, as adults, are the ones misbehaving. We have decided to raise children in materialist society. In a materialist society, which what that does to them when they get to be 2 years old and they're walking around the house and they're touching things, and you think that that's how you're going to teach them the difference between yes and no and right and wrong, and how you're going to teach them, and you're screaming and you're smacking their hand and you're smacking their ass and you're putting them in timeout, all because they're touching your belongings. Do you see where I'm going? Your belongings. And I know when we're doing these things, that we think that we're doing it because we're guiding our child. Oh, well, this applies to this applies to later in life. Bullshit. We're so full of shit. We lied to ourselves. We lied to ourselves. We lied to ourselves. Period. It's amazing how much we lie to ourselves. And sometimes, I would say for someone like me, if you're hard-headed like me, if you're very alpha male, fucking outgoing, large mouth, fucking don't give a fuck, one of those cocksuckers like me, this is what it takes to even understand, to even start to humble yourself. That's the other thing. We grow up in these systems. My system was completely egotistically driven. It was completely just, what do you have? I mean, oh my God, man. The obsession with things and status is just amazing. It just blows my mind how pervasive it is in our culture, and how it is just ingrained from the time we're young kids. And this is me growing up. When we were kids, we were out in the woods playing all day, every day, any chance we could get. We didn't have any parents telling us to go outside. We were outside playing in the woods. We were outside. That's where we wanted to be. We didn't have all this technology. So I can only imagine how fucked up these kids are going to be, man, being raised by technology and having these systems set in place that are not good for them. But yeah, I mean, I can't even think about stuff like that, because God damn it, man, I just got to focus on getting myself better. I've been running around here feeling so good recently, and then it took this to remind me. It took yoga to pull this out. So what I was doing subconsciously, what I've been doing the past week, is burying things again, burying trauma, burying these things again, slowly. And it took this to awaken me again and start pulling shit out. It makes you physically sick. Yoga. It is literally pulling trauma and toxins out of my fucking body that have been stored in there for 40 years. God knows how long. And it doesn't feel good, man. It does not feel good. Nauseousness, the pain. Like I said, I've been through all this pain. There's two things I can't deal with: migraine headache, not a headache, a migraine headache, and nauseousness. Those are two things I've never been able. I mean, I'm like a little baby. I'm like a little girl. I want to run and cry. The nauseousness was just so bad. I'm shaking right now just thinking about it. It's just that bad. That's, oh my God. Okay. So yeah, I'm just documenting.